Are you ready to disco? Put on your flare-cut trousers, put on your disco-ass blazer, and let's go. Now, before we actually move on with the actual game, where we were, you may notice that our graphics are a little bit weird. It's because we're doing a time warp. We missed a little bit of a conversation here last time, which made me a little sad. So it's actually day 2. We're actually on day 3 in the game, but we're gonna go back to this for a reason. Let's have a talk with Renee here.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
The other one is eating a big sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Shouldn't I ask what game it is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Well, there's our check, hand-eye coordination. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. We can actually put a point in hand-eye coordination. It's up to 92%. Let's show them how it's done.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Take in the surroundings.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There's time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of your superiority. You are a god to them. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm sensing anger, and I don't understand why.
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll try to fix this.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven. when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Well, that's all we really needed. That's all I wanted to show. That's the bit that we missed. We mistook a game of petanque for a game of shot put. And we got a task to replace the lost bull. Unfortunately, we didn't do that on our main game, but I feel like this is something that our detective definitely would have done. So I wanted to show it real quick. But for right now, let's get back to the actual game and get rid of that annoying filter. It's no longer a flashback. Zoop! And we're on day 3. Welcome back to Disco Elysium, the proper. Last time we spoke with René Arnaud, the old carabinier. He didn't have a whole lot to say to us. He didn't see the murder. We didn't speak with Gaston, his friend over here. So, let's get that over and done with. Before we miss something else.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
He takes a bite out of his sandwich.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl, back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
He jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Let's not intervene, for now.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You...
The tall veteran looks at you and nods.
No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. Peaceful.
He smiles faintly.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Well, let's see what chat thinks about this. Nothing wrong with weighing your options first. That's a bit odd. Or women, right? What shall we say? Let's just go with the first one, I guess. Nothing wrong with weighing your options first.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
Tell me, Gaston, what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Really? You know absolutely nothing?
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Drama gives us an additional option. Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know, Everard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and René's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Everard?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I had these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, we are doing little things for Everard. But do we feel... Oh, are we okay with it? Or do we feel terrible about it? Or are we just trying to stay on track? What do you think we should say? This might actually affect our political affiliation to some degree. I'm not sure. I guess, well, we are a communist. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing some things for the local union boss, right? Nothing wrong with that.
That's just the way things work around here. No reason to feel bad about it.
Are you a caviar socialist?
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
How can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political?
Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics.
He just fluffs it up.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
So you are a weather vane.
I prefer highly adaptable myself. Has a better ring to hit, don't you think?
Yeah, it's not like we eschew finding better ways to phrase things.
Mon Dieu.
The carabinier closes his eyes like he's never going to open them again. I guess that's all for now, Gaston.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Well, we didn't get to play shot put with their boule that they use for pétanque. Well, let's ask about the rules of the game.
Oh, the goal is to throw your bull as close to the cochonnet as you can. That's the cochonnet.
He points to a small wooden ball in the middle of the crater. Tell me more about pétanque, Gaston, if you will.
Well, first, you draw a circle about a half a meter in diameter. We made ours out of rope. Then, the order of play is determined by a coin toss. You win it. You get to throw the cochonnet. Then, the players aim to throw their bulls as close to the cochonnet as possible. They must stay in the circle and keep both feet planted.
Is there anything else you can tell me about pétanque?
I could, but I'd rather not. I don't want to take up your time with trivial details, officer.
Oh, come on. We've taken part in trivial affairs more than actual police work. It's fine.
Is he denying you information when you clearly requested it? That's it. We're blowing the lid off this man jar. You need to know things.
I don't want to say this, but I do think it's pretty funny. But do I really, and why? Half-Light.
Yes, you do. Knowledge is power. Bathe in it. Empower yourself. Trust me. All that blunt data must have triggered an information hoarding reflex of sorts. Think of it like a small seizure. It will pass.
I don't want to threaten an old man with violence. But does Chat? Does Chat want to threaten Gaston with violence about the game of pétanque? I'm gonna regret this, but let's leave it up for the chat. I suppose not. I think I get it. Thanks, Gaston.
Yes. I'm sorry, officer.
The senior is visibly shaking before you.
Good. Gaston finally understands the rules now. Let's see if it makes him a better pétanquista.
I don't like where this is going, officer. Don't you think we should do something else now?
No, I want to talk to him. I promise it won't be about pétanque. Maybe.
Hurry up then.
That sandwich looks absolutely delicious. Can I have a bite?
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
Please, man, can I just have a bite?
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things.
You can barely hear him. The sweet smell of pickles in harmony with garlic butter and marinated onions emanating from the sandwich is driving your mind in a singular direction. It must be yours.
You're not hearing me, man. I need the sandwich.
Fuck off! It's mine!
He jerks away, immediately startled by his own reaction.
Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws? We are a special kind of vermin, Gaston.
Well, we do have a rhetoric check, which is to convince Gaston to relinquish his sandwich. Let's see, our rhetoric is not bad. It's at 6. I guess we could smoke some cigarettes to make that go up. Of course, we have to equip them first. Oh, right, there's the bug's still there. We still need to take them off and equip them again. Now we can smoke them. Maybe. It's not letting me smoke the cigarettes. Huh. Well, that's a new and interesting bug I haven't encountered yet. Well,
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
well, perhaps the chat can increase my intelligence. I click this button. You should be able to increase my intelligence at the cost of some other trait. To bring rhetoric up to 7. Maybe we can convince Gaston to relinquish his sandwich. This is important, guys. This is important for our police investigation. It's 42, but maybe we can get it to go up to around 50. I still don't understand why I can't smoke the cigarettes, though. That's a new one. Yeah, still 42, but let's go for it. It's a white check. We can retry it later.
Alright, this is how we're gonna do it.
Oh, we did it. I admire your handiwork, chef, but there are a few things I do differently.
Like what, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches, bingo. This calls for an engineering angle. Structural rigidity, exposed rafters, lattice works, that type of approach.
Oh, I do like the second one way more. Had you put a large slice of Eau du Vienne cheese crosswise from the ham, it would minimize the component loss via crumbling.
Mon Dieu, that is an excellent idea. That would virtually negate the component loss.
Beautiful. Now bring it home with paprika.
I'll do you one better. The air pocket between cheese and ham could house pre-roasted paprika.
Ce serait délicieux. Can you make that sandwich, officer?
Mais oui! Sure, but I'm gonna need yours as a prototype first.
I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
He says solemnly and hands you his sandwich. Initial development takes time, of course, but in 6 to 9 months, you will eat the sandwich of gods.
Or god of sandwiches, maybe? But in the meanwhile, what can I do for you here and now, officer?
Well, you already relinquished your sandwich. That's it, and that's all I needed. Bye for now. I was not sure we'd get that. Let's see. Where's our sandwich? There's our sandwich. This might be the biggest sandwich you have ever seen. The size is almost intimidating, invoking feelings of inadequacy. Abundant in components, rich in both smell and taste, probably. This truly is the work of a master craftsman. Let's interact with the giant ham sandwich right now.
The ham sandwich looks fresh and nutritious in your hand, begging to be eaten.
Let's see. Step back, everyone. It's gonna get messy as we bite into it voraciously. Or share it with Kim. Or throw the sandwich on the ground for I don't know what reason. But I'm gonna leave this for chat. I'm gonna press this button and you get to choose what we're gonna do with the giant ham sandwich. All right, let's click it one more time, just in case there's some delay. You should be able to choose the option over here. Just click it. The chat is extremely indecisive about the sandwich. You know what? Let's share it with Kim.
I'll pass. Thanks.
Really?
When you hold something up long enough, some people are compelled to take it. Try it on the lieutenant.
Yes. Hold the sandwich up for the lieutenant to take it.
Thank you, but no, I'm not hungry.
Keep holding the sandwich.
No.
Do not lower the sandwich.
No.
Hold the sandwich up, moving it closer to his chin.
The lieutenant's eyes express an absolute lack of interest.
Move the sandwich around in front of the lieutenant's mouth and make aircraft noises.
The lieutenant stands next to you, but he might as well exist in a parallel realm. This man does not crack under pressure. Stars would die before he'd succumb to any kind of manipulation. With this realization comes a sudden flash of pride.
You know, Kim, if I were to hold the sandwich up long enough...
Some people would feel compelled to take it. Yes, I know.
Not you, though.
No.
Well, I guess we'll just eat it by ourselves. It's gonna get messy. Step back, everyone.
You jam your teeth into the sandwich and immediately feel a series of taste explosions go off in your mouth. It's like someone's carpet bombing your tongue with ambrosia. This is what angels must taste like. Your saliva production increases tenfold. You can barely contain it all.
Slow down. Feel the texture of the components and subtle nuances in the taste.
It really is every bit as good as it looked and smelled. The different components all chip in and complement each other, forming a flavor that is unique to this particular masterpiece. The bread, as the foundation of the sandwich, is slightly moist due to the tomato juice and mayo, but holds together nicely. Almost nothing falls off the sandwich. You feel like you really got everything out of this experience.
Great! Great! We just spent 30 minutes getting a sandwich from an old man and eating it. We're doing actual police work. Alright, there's the letter, the white envelope. This would be related to the quest to get 2 signatures for Everard from Isabella and Lillian, they would be down the coast, which is the new area we opened up this morning. Let's have a look at that envelope. Let's see. A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner, handed to you by Everard Clare. Inside are some legal documents with 2 names printed on them, Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
He shrugs.
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
This is a pretty high logic check. 83%. +1 because we notice center is very close to the houses. +1 because ominous shape. And conceptualization thinks it's a cool cubic pyrite, which brings us down 1. But still at 83%. But perhaps the chat can bring that up. If you were to increase my intelligence, we could bring that up by 1 point. And maybe we're able to find a loophole in the deal. Let's see. I could also smoke some cigarettes, but again, for some reason, it doesn't work. There's something going on with the interface. I'm not sure what. $83. You know what? Let's just go with it.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
What are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Look, Kim, these people are gonna have to move away. Can we do something about it?
I should have seen it.
The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again.
Everard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Now that's a red check. To commence the forgery. It's very low. -10 because Everard's people could be watching us. +1 because indirect modes of taxation, which we actually got last time. But for right now, let's put the documents back in the envelope. Well, I guess we have to figure out what to do with that a little further down the line. We could move on to the new area, but I feel like we still have some stuff to do on the side. Did we find out what kind of a cockatoo we are? Yes, we did read the book about cockatoos, which the working class woman suggested. Well, you were right that I'm a cockatoo.
Excuse me?
I went and read up on them, just like you said, and I even decided on what kind of a cockatoo I am. You want to know?
I don't know. The most talkative one?
No, I'm the Major Majestic Cockatoo.
The what now?
The Major Majestic Cockatoo. It's the most impressive one,
You truly are one strange cop, aren't you?
she says, slowly shaking her head.
I have a strange cop offering to find my stupid husband. What a day.
Well, that's all I have for you today. I'll get going. What's that? It takes willpower to even read the author's name. Gunkaus from Egonia. I'm still not sure why I can't smoke the cigarettes. It's a little bit baffling. But you know what, we still have a couple of things. We could still confront the Hardy Boys about the drug trade. And Everard did send word that they should cooperate. So maybe before we move on to the next area, we should get that over and done with. Speak with him one more time. Maybe we can establish authority over him. Maybe even find out something more about the murder. Here we are. Still can't smoke him. This annoys me a little bit. Yeah, it's not... Such a weird glitch. Where I can't speak... I can't use any consumables. You know what, we'll just live with it. Let's have a talk. Oh, wait. Do we have authority clothes? I think we already have our authority clothes on. I don't think there are any more of those. No, I don't think so.
Looks like the circus left him, but the clowns are still here.
He's still not particularly happy to see us. Okay, Titus. Me and Everard talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature guys. Everard sent word, right?
Yeah, I heard him. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Also seems like you missed some of the lines. It would take an army to bend Titus to its will. We did get a +2 for the authority check because of that. Maybe we can make it go up even a little bit more. Guess what, Titus? I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprint. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
You're right. There is no local drug trade. Except you.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, Even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Yes, but that just sends everyone else to Jamrock, doesn't it?
Well, let's see. You've just diverted the flow to Shamrock. You made it our problem. This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off of poisoning your own people. Good idea. People are always gonna do drugs. At least this way you have some control over it. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I know for a fact there's still plenty of drugs out there. Still plenty of drugs out there. In fact, I have some in my bloodstream right now. Yeah, I'm gonna ask chat to decide this for me. If it works, it hasn't worked so far, or maybe people are just not decisive about this. You know what? Yeah, let's go with the last one. That's what we're all about. We have some bloodstream. We have some drugs in our bloodstream right now. Titus, are you telling me there are no drugs?
Enjoy your shitty ride, junkie cop. We still have it under control. All you're doing is contributing to the local economy. It's just a little hitch.
Yeah, there's always gonna be little sprouts. People find a way to make coin, but that's the little picture. Hardy boys are taking care of the big picture.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we're just gonna confront him on that right here and now, because the 8 Hardy was the one probably behind the drug trafficking. The 8 Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right?
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
The woman sighs.
I know. Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
No, we actually confronted him about the drug trade. Gave us a little bit of experience. Didn't really admit to it, but they think it's pretty clear they're behind it. You know what, Titus? I took the choice. The merc you hanged, his friends will be coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
They're snickering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down.
Nervous, snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present.
Yes, they're forming some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
He punches the blondie on the shoulder.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole merc platoon.
This Crenell is bad news. You know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or Barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Well, that's nice, but will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
That was an unsure phrasing.
See what? That they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor.
He takes a sip of beer to bide his time, then tries to get the last word in.
You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
Well, I haven't seen the whole suit, but I am wearing the dead man's shoes, the Sabatons, right now. I've seen some of it. Well, Choice said they've gone rogue. Nobody's controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Let's see. How about I leave this for the chat? They're gonna wipe you the fuck out, Titus. You got this. You got the numbers. I'll be on your side. Oh, this is not an option we want to say. We don't want to admit we lost our gun. Or, oh, wait, we'll be gunning them down alongside them. Chat. I'm gonna regret this, chat. What should we say? What do we say to this? Man, chat is so undecisive today. I mean, okay. They're gonna wipe you the fuck out, Titus.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Let's see. Oh, that went up. Authority. I think this was below 50%, but now that Everard asked to cooperate, we discussed the 8 Hardy, we warned about the tribunal, and confronted them about the drug trade. It's at 72%. We could take some drugs to bring that up, but unfortunately it doesn't work for whatever reason. But perhaps the chat wants to increase my psyche to bring that up by a point. Bring our authority to 4. Just click this button. Let's see. Maybe we can establish authority right here and now. And if not, we can always come back to it later. It's only a white check. Still 72. Let's try.
As you look around this room full
we
of
did.
sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Oh.
You must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
No, I'm drunk of the chop too. I don't give a shit, just like you guys.
Speak for yourself, buddy. We've been giving a shit for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffito removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
He picks the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
It's not about who did it. It's about the victim. She needs help.
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
The lieutenant takes out his notes.
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju, with an O-U.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. Remember what you said to her? You told her you want to have...
Yeah, I do remember what I told her. Miss Iranian disco dancer?
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
He nods upstairs. Oh boy. Composure. At 3%, -1, we told Glacia we don't remember being a cop. -1, we don't remember reality. And we did say, I want to have fuck with you. And we said we're a superstar cop. I'm not even gonna ask chat. We're gonna fail this. There's no way around that. Let's just take the gut punch.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
It sounds like you're having a heart attack. Whatever you said, it couldn't have been that bad. Please relax. Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
So, what was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
So the rape. When was that?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
He crushes his half-empty beer can.
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
The tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. So, what's your relationship with her?
I know her.
He looks around, and an uncommon silence fills the room.
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
Well enough, Copper. We party. She's been here for a few months.
He crosses his arms. So she's not from around here.
You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranye disco dancer is an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying over here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? It sounded fun.
You said you partied. Cool. That's cool. But what did you mean?
What do you think I
Was it sex?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Should I? Should I say this? I'm not sure. Maybe we shouldn't. We already established authority. No need to take it away. Thank you. We'll talk to her.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
He points his beer can at you. Well, that's all for now. Okay, I guess we're not going to the new area just yet. Because we have a new person to talk to. And also Kim has something to say to us. I wonder if it's about that fumble. All that nervous... all that nervosity.
Officer, what was that?
What, you mean the sweating and the fidgeting when he mentioned her name?
Yes.
And the sort of queering cello thing with the eye?
Yes.
I think I know that woman.
The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the first thing. That seems like a bad idea. I met her in the hallway after I woke up.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
I was not. She also knows I didn't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
And I tried to hit on her as well.
Understood.
He's stone-faced. She said I'm going to have to interrogate her later and it's gonna suck for me.
It is. This would have been good to know before.
But it didn't come up.
It should have. Anything else?
Yeah, still not saying the first thing. Nothing. Let's move on. Let's be professional about this.
We'll be alright, officer. This is nothing.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be alright. Is it though? Nothing? You're still in for a bumpy ride here. Try not to mess it up.
That's a tall order. Okay, so now we can speak to the assault victim. Go upstairs, knock on the door number 3 to talk to the supposed victim of the hanged man. See what she has to say to you. I guess we're not going to that new area just yet because we managed that authority check. And hey, look at that. Here's this guy. Oh, we did speak to him before. We still have the composure check. It's locked. We have to increase our composure for that.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Bye-bye. Smoker in the balcony, sir. Martin Martinez. Composure is at 2. That is miserable. Well, we could bring that up, I guess. We have a lot of points to distribute. But perhaps for right now, we'll go upstairs and we'll talk to the assault victim. Try to manage it somehow. But before we do, let's save our game right here. And let's take a little break before we actually have a chat. We made some headway here. We did manage to prove our authority to Titus Hardy, and now we have a new task. There's still a lot to do on the other side of the map now that we have access. But again, I feel like we should probably speak with the assault victim before we move on. before we get a whole bunch of new quests, because that's how the game's been going so far. We find more people to talk to, we find a new area, we're gonna have a lot more quests, and we already have a fair bit on our plate, such as adding more beauty to the wall, fighting amphetamines. This is top priority right here. Finding Morel, the cryptozoologist, they would be on the other side of the map. And a whole bunch of other things. But I think this takes priority over just about every quest we have right now. And as we get back, we're gonna talk to the assault victim, and hopefully we'll be able to move on to the new area in Disco Elysium. I'll see you then.